This match starts at 112. Justin Bellis pins Mike Barkenstein of Brearly. High Point off to a 6-0 lead against a team from Union County.
Once I found out we were starting out at 112, I was excited. I knew it was a big match coming into today, so I just wanted to start out with a pin and get the team going, and that's what I did.
119, Billy Haggerty with a takedown and back points for a 5-point move. Haggerty won 6-0 over Anthony Madonna of Brearly. 125, state champion Nick Francavilla with the cradle and a pin in just 30 seconds. And High Point is now beating Brearly 15-0 in High Point High School. 130 we go with just 9 seconds left in the bout. Jason Snyder with a dramatic pin over Anthony Rice of Brearly. And High Point now leads Brearly 21-0, folks.
Just tried thinking of something. I didn't know what to do. I tried breaking them flat, but I just got the cradle in, confident that I could get it done.
135, Brennan Donahue of High Point with a tough bout. Takedown on his way to a 6-3 win over Dominic Martinez. It's now 24-0 High Point over David of Kenilworth, New Jersey. 140, this takedown by Alec Avino gave him a 6-4 win over Andrew Scarello of David Brearly. High Point now cruising 27-0. 145, High Point's Drew Wagenhofer makes it 33-0 High Point with a fall over Nick Lospinoso. 152, Joey Gascione of High Point scores a takedown on his way to an 8-4 win over Dan Reese. 36-0 High Point over David Brearly. And folks, you know I graduated from this school, so I'm enjoying this very much. 160, John Guzzo of High Point scored 2 takedowns in this bout, which gave him a 4-2 win over Devin Gagan of Brearly, make it 39-0 High Point over David Brearly High School. 171, Ethan Orr with a cross-face cradle over Joey Balboni. It's now 45-0 High Point. Long trip back to Kenilworth for the Bears, folks. 189, takedown at the buzzer by Buddy Mallon, gave him a dramatic 6-4 win, and it's now 48-0 High Point.
It was awesome. I knew going into the third period I was down, but I knew my conditioning was way better than he was. I knew I was going to push him and win the match. And then that takedown in the last couple seconds was just awesome. The crowd was roaring. Just no better feeling in the world.
After a loss at 215, High Point comes back at heavyweight. It's Billy Smith with the pin over Mike Christian. It's now 54-3 High Point. And the match ends at 103. John Torpe of High Point pins Giovanni Filippione. High Point beats David Brearly. The final score at High Point, 60-3.
We knew it wasn't going to be an easy match coming in, and if we could wrestle to our capability, then we would beat them by this much. And everybody was excited. We all wrestled really well and worked out to our advantage.
Well, I don't think there's many teams that could go with us when we're wrestling at our best. Tonight was a good example of that. We started off tough with Bellis coming out pinning, Francavilla pinning, and we just went on. We fed on that from there. We're just like a train, kept rolling through them.
Kids were good tonight, and luckily to start out where we started, starting at 12s with Justin, who obviously we have a lot of confidence in. We just kind of started to gain momentum and just continued it through the match. And I think that's one of the things our team's capable of. We can, we're tough and we're solid, and we get rolling, and good things can happen.
Big one on Saturday, Easton Final Four. Talk about that one.
We're going to work hard during the week to get ready for that. We know there's a lot of top teams, especially in the nation, out there in the Final Four. So we're excited, and we're going to go out there and give it our all.
We beat them last year. I'm pretty sure we could beat them again. We'll have a couple of good matches out there, tough teams. I'm pretty sure that we can go with them.
I don't know if we'll be able to say we're undefeated too much longer because just the quality of teams that we're going to see at the Final Four. It's an amazing 10-team field, and we're happy to be a part of it. But we know we've got our work cut out for us, and the separation of teams in a tournament like that, it's very, very small. I mean, we could be looking at wrestling in the championship round of our bracket, or we could be the 4th best team in our bracket. Things could be that tight, and that's why it comes down to each and every weight class having the kids perform as well as they can. Obviously every kid can't win, but if you can save a point here or save a point there, some little things that we've been working on. Hopefully we're ready to go on Saturday, and we're really looking forward to it.
And one of the obviously highlight bouts tonight was your nephew Joe Gascione against Dan Reese from Brearly, 2 state qualifiers from last year. Reese had gotten a win over Joe last year in the state tournament. So how about that match for Joe? Looks like he's really coming on in this season.
he's matured a lot. Athletically he's very good. Skill-wise he's pretty solid, but he's matured. He's matured a great deal, and he's tough and he can wrestle.
About some of these other guys in your lineup that people may or may not know about, obviously the Nick Francovillas and Ethan Orrs, they know about those guys, but Alec Alvino tonight getting a nice win for you. Buddy Mallon coming through with the late takedown. Looks like some of those guys have really come along for you.
Yeah, I think with John Torpy, Jason Snyder, Buddy Mallon, Alec Alvino, and the work that those kids have put in to be where they are right now, it's something that we're very proud of. And as you said, a lot of people coming in knew the handful of kids that we have on the team that have been successful throughout their careers. But it's some of those other kids that that get overlooked that are actually more important to how this team is going to end up than the other group of kids. And that may sound strange, but it's being able to put a quality kid at every weight, and we're getting pretty close to doing that. And as soon as we can throw a kid out at every single weight that's tough and capable of winning, we're going to be difficult to beat in a dual meet situation. That being said, those few kids that you mentioned, Alec won his 10th match tonight. He's a kid who's forced to fill in for us in some spots and taking some lumps. So, I'm very proud of him, Buddy Mallon, and what he's been able to do to be able to place at King of the Mountain. And then, some of the dual meet wins that he has today, and wrestling the Gagan kid today, it's a quality kid. He hung with, he wrestled with, and he kept competing and he never stopped. And, I thought it was a great performance tonight by him.
Dual meet-wise, you guys really hadn't been tested too much. Tournament-wise, obviously you have, and I got to think the experience you got in those tough tournaments you're in really paid off tonight too. Yeah,
absolutely. You can't, for us to be able to go out and compete at King of the Mountain and then, then hit the Mustang Classic, it's really hard to compare any other events in the state of New Jersey to that. Obviously the Mustang Classic is an excellent tournament, and the number of quality teams that were there. But then going out to King of the Mountain and seeing that kind of competition, being a week or two behind Pennsylvania and Ohio, and maybe people who don't understand the sport really don't understand that what that means. But it's very difficult for us to be thrown into a tournament where some kids have 7, 8, 9, 10 matches. So we're behind, but. With the way our schedule is and the people that we have, we had to be ready early. So it wasn't, there was no sense waiting. We wanted to jump in and get going, and I think the kids look real good tonight.